Got it. Cool. Awesome. Well, hello everybody. It's nice to be back. I've kind of been on hiatus for a little bit. We've been busy with family and vacations. I'm looking up and down because I'm on Facebook Live and on Zoom. But basically, my name is Willie Villareal. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I own Core Sports Health in Conroe, Texas. I specialize in hormone therapy, wellness, sports performance, sports recovery. I specialize in kind of cutting edge technologies as far as in sports recovery, in wellness. I really our clinic really prides itself on staying cutting edge as far as nutrition, as far as staying cutting edge on any kind of high tech modalities. There's a lot of stuff that we're a lot of toys that we have that a lot of people don't even know are out there. And so I'm always looking for the next hottest thing, which is how we found the ketones. Ketones are a true nutritional technology. I was introduced to them about 3 years ago, and they've literally changed the way I run my practice. I have never had better results with any of my athletes, any of my patients. It has really simplified the way I do things from a nutritional component. But basically tonight, my job is just to run you down on the Keto 101 and kind of give you little bits and nuggets from what I've seen from my practice and kind of help you understand what ketones and ketosis is. Okay. So we're not here, even though I have a clinic, I do treat a lot of patients with ketogenic therapy, ketogenic diet. Just understand that the ketones, prove the ketones, we're not here to treat, diagnose, or, make any medical claims. Okay. So it's important for anybody to understand that and know that. So let's get into it real quick, okay? Our fuel sources, right? What are our body's fuel sources? Our body only runs on two fuel sources, guys. It's glucose or ketones. That's it. It's undeniable, okay? The problem is in the past, it's always been an either or situation. We've either been running over here on glucose, like 99% of the population, well, I'd say 90% of the population need a standard American diet, or, in a ketogenic diet. You couldn't do both, okay? Now we can. Up till about 3 years ago, we didn't have the ability to drink exogenous ketones. You had to make your body make them through the diet. So what is ketosis? I want everybody let's keep it simple. Ketosis is one thing, guys. Ketosis is elevated blood ketone levels, period. Okay. There's no reason to make it any harder than that. Okay. So this is where I get into simplifying it for people, because you're going to have people come back and say, well, yeah, you don't need a drink. You can do it through the diet. You can make your body make its own ketones through the diet. Well, I can tell you that for years I did that with the diet. You can. It's very, very hard. Okay. It's not realistic long-term. Okay. But what's the difference when people say, well, I can make my body make it for free? Well, yeah, but I can do it quicker and I can do it as effective, and I can actually raise your blood ketone level. So it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter if I get you in a keto. There's no difference. People say, was it dietary ketosis? Is it, nutritional? It doesn't matter. Ketosis is elevated blood ketone levels, period. So whether I do it through the diet or I do it through exogenous ketones through a supplement, it's the same thing. The argument is basically false. The argument is flawed when people come to me and say, oh, you're artificially raising ketone levels. Well, that's not true. That's not true. So by that logic, don't take your magnesium. Don't take your vitamin D. Don't take your multivitamin. Don't take protein. Don't take anything. And by that logic, I might as well shut my clinic down because I do hormone therapy. I'm artificially raising hormones in the body. No, I'm giving you something your body doesn't have. So all I'm doing is raising your ketone levels, okay? And I'm doing it more efficiently and quicker than you can do it through the diet, period. Okay. So what are ketones? Ketones are the main ingredient in our supplement. Our supplement is pure BHB, it's beta hydroxybutyrate. Okay. That is ketones. Our body has three ketones: BHB, which is the main one, acetoacetate, and acetone. Okay. We get most of our energy from BHB. That is what our body mostly makes in the diet. Okay. So this is another thing that sets us apart, and this is a very important point to make. There are a lot of other companies, there are a lot of other pretenders out there, okay? Prove It was one of the first, if not, it was the first to market. Okay, it's the first ketone to market along with one other, but it's the only one that's chemically similar to what our body makes endogenously through the diet. Okay, so what's endogenous, exogenous? I know I'm throwing a lot of lingo at y'all. Endogenous just means the ketones that our body makes. Okay, exogenous is what we're drinking. They're both ketones. Okay, Prove It is the only one that's chemically similar to what our body makes through the diet. One thing that we've seen and has been confirmed with in the lab by Dr. Ryan Lowry and Dr. Jacob Wilson is that, the other argument you'll hear is that, well, if you take these, your body, it's going to keep you from making your own. That's absolutely false. Okay, what we've seen with our ketones is that it actually sensitizes the liver to more readily make your own endogenous ketones. So what it does is it's synergistic. Okay, it amplifies your diet. It's a very, very 1 + 1 = 3. And that's what I see with my, so think about this, guys. You hear about people that have been keto adapted that are very, very efficient at doing a keto diet that have, in the very beginning, they get knocked out. It's hard. It's 3, 4, 5 days a week to get back in. The people that have been doing ketogenic diet for over a year or two, you hear them say all the time, well, I can get knocked out. I can get myself right back in. Well, it's because the body has learned, it's like muscle memory. The body has learned how to get back in. Okay. So we have a much, much simpler way. Okay. Again, let's talk about the history real quick. In the past, the only way we get into ketosis was fasting. We all know about fasting. Do I believe in fasting? Absolutely. There are a ton of benefits. That is why you hear a lot about it with intermittent fasting. That's why we do our Keto Reboot. I highly recommend everybody to look at our Keto Reboot. Okay. It's a full dialed in system. We've had a lot of success with it at the clinic, a lot for taking people to the next level. So just understand, guys, there are a ton for the people that want, show me the studies people. There's been studies done on ketogenic diet dating back to the 20s. Okay. Medically, it was a standard of care that we used worldwide for epilepsy. Okay. Until the, advent of Dilantin. It was also what we used to treat diabetes, until insulin came along. Okay. If you came to see me in the 20s and you had diabetes, guess what? In the medical books, I would put you on an 80% fat, 15% protein, 5% diet. That's a ketogenic diet, guys. It just wasn't called that. That's a ketogenic diet. Okay. So for all the people that say it's new, it's a hot new fad, no, we've hit a tipping point. We don't have a choice. Okay. We're not winning the war on diabetes. We're not winning the war on obesity. And that brings me to my next point. This is what I kind of touched on with Selena. We spent a week last week in Disney. I was shocked at the amount of obese and overweight people and kids. When that many people are grouped together, I talk about it in all my talks and I give all the stats all the time. But when you see it firsthand, it was shocking how many people and how many kids had carts. Not because they had bad joints, because they were overweight. It was shocking. So you see it in the public all the time. So we need this, okay? That is why I'm so passionate about using the ketones. That is why I'm so passionate about, this has been the simplest thing to add to my practice that has changed my patients and my athletes' life. I'm going to touch on the performance, but the performance I've seen in my athletes has been super, super crazy. So now the real quick to touch back on the studies. Yes, they're all, everybody will say, well, yeah, they're all done on a ketosis or ketogenic diet. Yes, but there are a ton of studies, over 10 studies have come out this past year talking about specifically the ketogenic, the exogenous ketones. Okay. So those are forthcoming. There's 2 out. You can literally Google them. They will pop up. So endurance athletes. Okay. It's been being used by ultra runners, by Ironman, by triathletes, all my triathlete groups, my CrossFitters. Some of y'all may go back and look at my post this morning. Amanda Allen, she's one of our big, competitors in the CrossFit community. Amanda Allen has won the CrossFit Games multiple years. She calls herself Keto Queen. She basically, sent me a post back this morning saying, that she's slamming ketones. She's had a lot of challenges this year, and it's still number 6 in the world after the Open. We just finished the Open. So she'll be at the CrossFit Games again this year. She credits the ketones with changing her life earlier this year, getting her out of her depression. She has a long post. Look her up. It's under Amanda CrossFit Allen. Okay. So along with that, and I'm really, really hoping they'll be at Keto Academy and more, which guys, if y'all don't have your tickets, if y'all haven't gotten there, that is the place to be, Keto Academy and more in May. Okay. I recently sponsored a rowing team. They rowed across the Atlantic. Okay. All 4 of them went ketogenic by diet, and I sponsored them. And I basically, we did their fueling strategy. They took our ketones. These specifically, they took the orange 3 times a day. That's what they did. They not only won the race, but they broke the record crossing the Atlantic. So Brian Underwood has asked, our CEO has asked for them to be there at Keto Academy and more to speak, because it's such a, compelling story. So, but basically Navy SEALs, Special Forces, I mean, people at very, very high levels, guys, are the ones that are using and utilizing our ketones. Okay. More and more people are coming on board. So the caliber of people that are using it and utilizing our ketones is huge. Okay. So basically, what are the benefits? I mean, we all hear about them. What are the benefits? These are going to be, and they'll argue, well, yeah, those are benefits of ketogenic diet. Remember, the ketones put you in ketosis. So the benefits of ketosis are what? Fat loss, fast and sustained energy. Okay. We see that all the time. Reduced brain fog. I see this all the time. I've gotten patients literally off Adderall and Vyvanse because of the focus it gives them. My job at my clinic is to get patients off meds. That is what medicine needs to be moving towards. Any practitioner can put a person on a med. Anybody. But nobody's having that conversation about how do we take patients off meds. I mean, agree or disagree. Nobody is having that conversation. You basically come in, I spend 5 to 10, well, not me, but typical medical models, you spend 5, 10, 15 minutes with you, write a script, throw a med at you, and I'll see you in 90 days to rewrite your refill. Okay. Now we need to change that. And the way we need to do that was proper nutrition, and it starts with ketones and ketogenic diet. So increased focus, again, back to the, Adderall, Vyvanse, appetite suppression. So it's important to understand, guys, that this is not a magic bullet. This is not a standalone. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this is all you need. No, it's an amazing tool. It's the best tool I've ever seen to help a patient make better decisions and better choices and help them along their path. Okay. So what it does is it does 2 main things. It increases their satiety, so you're not as hungry, and then it curbs their cravings for carbs. Those are the 2 main things I see. Strength gain. I can literally attest to this, guys. I am leaner and stronger. My background is as a CrossFit Masters athlete. I am leaner and stronger now than I have ever been in my whole life. And that's the only thing that's changed over the past 2 to 3 years has been taking ketones on a daily basis. Okay. Better mood. Absolutely. I mean, when you feel better, you're in a better mood. Simple. Better sleep. Okay. There's a whole cascade of how that happens. Better digestion, clear skin. Okay. So real quick, what are our products? I'm just going to break down the products real quick. 2.0 or 2.1. They come in the on the go or the can. The 2.1 basically has the MCTs. People have been using MCTs alone, standalone, just for brain cognition for years. The 2.1 has it in it. Okay. I think that's a very, very good fuel for athletes. Be very careful with that when starting with somebody, though, because if somebody has not been used to having a lot of fats, I would start them off on a little bit less. Okay. Don't really slam them with MCTs right away, but it is an excellent, excellent fuel source. Okay. The next one, and I really, really like this one. This is a 3.0. The 3.0 is a chocolate swirl. I still take this one post-workout. This one has branched chain amino acids. It has inulin, which is chicory root it's been used for osteoporosis and digestion for many, many years. But it has butyrate also. It's very, very good for the gut. Anybody that I have patient-wise that has gut issues, I put them on this. Okay. And then now I'm really excited that this is on full time now, but then we have all our Keto Maxes. All of our Keto Maxes, those basically have no fats in them. but they're 40% more bioavailable. So they hit you quicker and last longer. Okay. Those are excellent for, you know, a immediate boost of energy. I love them for a pre-workout. I love pre-workouts. I'm not very big. I do not recommend any pre-workouts with stimulant at all. No C4s, none of this stuff. It's terrible for you. Very, very terrible for you. You hear everybody come in, they claim, oh, I have adrenal fatigue. I have adrenal. Yeah, it even says on the bottle, you're not supposed to take that stuff for more than 2 to 3 weeks or a month at a time. Okay. So lots of other flavors. I actually like the new one a lot. I drank it a lot. The chocolate, it tastes like a thin mint, is the chocolate mint. And then this one will really, really light you up. The Amped. This one I'll go run a 10K and I don't run. Literally the first time I took that, I went and ran a 10K, and I'm telling you, I don't run unless somebody's chasing me. So the next thing is we start our morning off. Every morning we start it off with the Keto Creme. Okay. Keto Creme is awesome. Important to understand, guys, this is a ketogenic support product. It does not have ketones in it. Okay. It has MCTs. MCTs do convert into ketones. Your body will convert them into ketones, but this does not have ketones. A lot of people get a brain boost just from this. I have people that are literally, I had people posting about it on Friday, talking about how I've gotten them addicted to it. This is super, super addictive. I mean, it's awesome. All it is MCTs, collagen protein, and AC11. Okay. So those are basically our products. We do have a few other ones like the MCT oil, which is excellent. We have the Keto Calm tea. That's mainly available in the Reboot. The Keto Calm tea will hopefully soon be available full time. I have a big stockpile of it and I drink it every night because it kind of helps calm me down. It has 5-HTP and L-theanine. So it has some things that help calm you down. So this year, guys, I'm super, super excited about the direction of the company because it's going to be more holistic, more all-encompassing. It's going to take care of the body as a whole. Okay, everywhere from the Keto Reboot, which Rob DeVore is doing a great job with the groups, but basically the Keto Reboot is really dialed in. That is basically a ketone like a fast. But it has all the products that you need to support it for the 3 days. Usually runs from about Sunday night 8 p.m. till about Wednesday 9 a.m. It's amazing. And yes, you can train while on it. In fact, we recommend it. I felt much better training on it. I felt much better and lighter, had more energy. So understand that, guys, this is just, everybody can benefit from this. Everybody can use this. Everybody, okay? Even if people say, well, what if I'm eating carbs? What if I'm doing that? Everybody can benefit from this. Even if somebody's eating paleo, it's simply, think about it as this. It's simply another fuel source. I don't know any athlete, any person, especially any athlete that's worth his salt that would turn down an extra fuel source. An elite athlete is always looking for that extra little edge. They're always on the vanguard. The ones that really excel are always looking for something that has validity, and this does. I'm telling you guys, I've taken stuff all the way back to Joe Weider chalk protein. I can take anything down, so taste doesn't bother me. And I have never, ever seen anything as disruptive as the ketones. Okay, I really put it on par with pretty much the invention of protein powder. I mean, it's that big, and it's going to be that big, and we've seen it be that big. It's grown by leaps and bounds over the past 2 to 3 years. Now and as big as it is, though, I'm still shocked at. I sat on a plane today back from Atlanta next to an oncologist. And what did I do? He saw me shaking up my ketones. I immediately sent him, he said, are those the ketones? Well, he had been doing ideal protein, which is another form of like ketosis. Well, he's going to, after talking to him, and I, of course, always have my samples. I gave him a sample. He is going to be sending me all his cancer pay. I sent him the Starving Cancer, Dr. Dom D'Agostino Starving Cancer with ketosis video on our website. Very, very good video. And after that, he's going to start referring his cancer patients to me. for treatment. So really, really exciting stuff. So real quick, safe for all, okay? It's safe from kids all the way to elderly. You know, I have my 4-month-old niece who has Down syndrome taking it. Dr. Carden sent me an excellent recipe so we can make little gummies for her so she could have little, you know, basically awesome brain development. Any little thing we can do to help with her brain development. So safe for kids all the way up to elderly. My 89-year-old grandmother takes it, okay? It's really, really changed the course of her kind of dementia. She had some early onset Alzheimer's, and so she's at like full-time 24-hour care with my mom. And so they try to sneak in ketones into her drink anytime that they can. And when they do, she props up. She feels much, much better. Okay, so real quick, again, safe for all. Okay, you can't drink too much of these. I was at a competition about 3 or 4 weeks ago and drank 5 or 6 of them a day. Your levels will not continue to rise and rise and rise. Basically, they're water soluble, so basically your body will saturate, and then you will pee the rest out. You'll urinate the rest out. So no worries about that. So top 3 hacks to get started, guys. Hydrate, super, super important. You know, some studies say 70%. I say up to 90%. Honestly, 90% of the population is dehydrated. Seriously. Hydration is not just about drinking water. Okay. You have to have electrolytes. Have to. Okay. Think of our body as a cell. What happens to think of your body as just a huge battery, period. Right? What happens to a battery in your car or battery in anything, golf cart, whatever, when it doesn't have water in the cells? It ain't going to turn over, right? So what do? We go put some water in the cells, and all of a sudden it turns over. Our body has to have water to hold those charges. Okay. Have to have that to hydrate. So hydrate, start slow. Okay. I can slam a full serving 2 to 3 times a day. That doesn't mean everybody can. I literally have a 300-pound power lifter that can only take a little less than half at a time. Sometimes I'll have somebody fill it up with 12 ounces, do a whole pack, shake it up, pour out 4 ounces at a time. Don't drink directly from it. Pour out 4 ounces at a time. Okay, so I've had this question a lot. Does it stay good? As long as you don't drink it and your bacteria from your mouth mixes with it, then it'll start to break it down. If you're going to mix it and drink a portion at a time, mix it up and then pour out half and drink it, and then later that afternoon drink the other half. That's the easiest way to break it in half, okay? Or in thirds, okay? And so by that, start slow and then work your way up. I mean, the more the better. We have a joke in the company is like, how many ketones can you drink? It's like as much as you can afford. Like literally, my pantry is stocked full with it. So 30 minutes before, what is the general to ask me? So when should I take it? It's best to be taken on an empty stomach, okay? And I love Dr. Heather's, when should you take it? 30 minutes before you're hangry, hungry, tired, going to need to be productive, period. I just tell people 30 minutes before you want to be awesome. 30 minutes before you want to, be your best, period. That's it. 30 minutes before you're going to work out. 30 minutes before you're going to do an event. Now there's a lot of other hacking stuff that, we can discuss, and I post on my site. There's little things that you can do for races, and little gummies you can make. There's lots of little things. Sky's the limit, with this stuff. But for the most part, drink it as much as you can. Ideally, twice a day. Okay, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Okay, so again, have my notes here that I keep referring to. Why am I excited about it? Just because of what I've seen over the last 3 years. I'm going to try to wrap this up pretty quick, but I have hard data. I mean, never mind all the people like Selena or Abby, just everybody that just has on a daily, or Jay, hey, my buddy Jay's here, have people on a daily basis telling them how great they feel, how much weight they've lost, how much healthier they are, how their lives have changed. I actually have that, and then I have tracking data. I put them on a DEXA scan. I see their body fat composition come down. I see their lean muscle mass go up. I see all kinds of stuff. I see their biomarkers change. Okay. I see, I do lots and lots of blood work. I have a blood lab. So I luckily have the benefit of seeing their A1Cs, seeing their, blood sugar, seeing their, metabolic change. So, just understand that there's real world stuff going on. And honestly, the research that's being done on the ketones right now, there's stuff going on way above my pay grade that people don't even realize. I mean, everywhere from NASA is looking at it for radiation exposure in space, to the Mars mission, to special forces. The list goes on and on and on. Okay, so understand that we have something very, very special on our hands, and share, seriously. Okay, it's very, very disruptive. So again, just real quick, thanks for your time. I hope I, shared a couple of little nuggets that y'all have or have not heard. Understand that I've aligned myself with Prove It, because of the company's heart, because of the people like Abby, like Selena, like Brian James, like Rutherford, like Underwood. Brian Underwood, our CEO, when I first met him, the thing that sold me was the passion. It wasn't just a product. Basically, he says, our company, understand that the reason I've aligned myself with Prove It is because the company leads with education. Okay, the most important thing is to change people's lives. It's not about selling a product. It's not about signing people. That's not what it's about. Okay, it's about improving people's lives. And again, this has been the best tool I've ever used in my clinic to help change athletes and people's lives. So again, make sure you go on Facebook for more information, like go on the Prove It Facebook page. Try to get to Keto Academy. God, it'll blow your mind. All the speakers, Keto Academy and more in May. There's Keto U on the website. There's Keto U. You have questions, go on the help center. We have a ton of these Zoom calls. So basically, I welcome skepticism. Okay, I want you to be a skeptic. That's fine. Okay, but once somebody tries it and they put them in their mouth, game over, right? So thanks for showing up. Thanks for logging on to the Zoom call. Hope y'all learned something. Try to keep it new and real each time. And I will see y'all next time. I will turn it over, I think, to, are you doing it, Selena? Awesome. Hey, what's up, man?